Good evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here, joining you from the newsroom, talking about our upcoming forecast this week. And I know it's a big week for Mardi Gras parades, not only here in South Mississippi, but of course over in New Orleans, over in Mobile. And spoiler, it really looks like the forecast for this Fat Tuesday is going to be pretty nice. And we got really lucky late last night and early this morning with those showers and storms. They moved through at a time where they really did not impact parades, obviously. We saw most of the rain between about 1 o'clock and through 5 o'clock in the morning. While many of us lucked out on seeing severe weather, unfortunately, we did have a report of storm damage in northern Pearl River County. This happened, it seemed like between 1:30 and 2 o'clock this morning. There were reports of trees down near Hillsdale and Lumberton, fences down, and also some damage reported to some homes across that area. So, unfortunately, not everybody lucked out with those thunderstorms, but thankfully, by the time they got to Harrison County and Stone County, things began to weaken just a little bit. So we did have one report of storm damage in South Mississippi, but you can see where the majority of those storm reports were in Louisiana, southwest Mississippi, where we did see some reported tornadoes. And that line continued today to strengthen once again into parts of the Florida Panhandle and the Big Bend area. We can see wind reports over there. So not everybody lucked out in terms of the severe weather, but at least it wasn't as bad as what they had to deal with in parts of Louisiana. Tonight, no severe weather to worry about. It is still going to be breezy this evening, and we will see the wind eventually relax once we get into Monday morning. Temperatures generally will stay fairly steady, but eventually we will be dropping into the low to mid 50s just before the sunrise tomorrow. We've also got a good bit of cloud cover out there. The sky will stay mostly cloudy overnight tonight. Currently in Gulfport, we are sitting at 60. Fairly mild for this time of the year, but with that breeze out of the north and west, that's maybe making it feel a little bit cooler. We don't technically have a wind chill, but just based off of personal experience, that breeze has been pretty strong this evening, and that does make you feel just a bit cooler. Temperatures for the most part ranging in the upper 50s to low 60s. Last we checked at about 9 o'clock, and we will continue to drop into the low to mid 50s by early Monday morning. So this low pressure system continues to move away from us, and as it does so, the wind will also die down. And while it's still breezy for the time being, by early Monday, it's not going to be as windy, and that's really going to set us up for a really nice Lundi Gras. Now, we are going to be starting off the day with some cloud cover, but at least it's not going to be as breezy. So Futurecast does show some gusts still around 15 to 20 miles per hour from the north overnight tonight into Monday. Once we get into Monday afternoon, the wind really begins to calm down, and by the afternoon, it looks like we are going to be seeing more sunshine. Good news too, if you have any plans to be outside tomorrow, we are not expecting any rain. So playing this out on Futurecast, you can see some of the clouds continuing to move in from the north. Despite the cloud cover, we're not going to be seeing any rain. We'll start off tomorrow morning, low to mid 50s. The clouds gradually clear as we head into lunchtime, and by the afternoon, I expect many of us to top out in the upper 60s, if not the low 70s. I think a lot of us are going to be able to get past that 70-degree mark. Now, we do have one Lundi Gras parade tomorrow. That is the Mystic Crew of the Seahorse, and that parade is going to be on golf carts. That gets rolling at 5:30 over in Bay St. Louis. By the time we get to about 5 o'clock, we will start to cool back down into the low 60s. It may be a bit on the cool side by the time we get to the parade. But overall, not a bad forecast. I don't think many of us will complain about that. And the breeze is going to be light, and the wind is really going to be even calmer once we get into Monday night into early Tuesday morning. For your Fat Tuesday itself, this forecast gets a 10 out of 10 from me. Now, we may see some fog develop in the morning. Once we get into the afternoon, the fog will clear. I'm going to have to go back and update that automated rain chance. I am not expecting any rain whatsoever, and I do anticipate more sunshine by the afternoon. High temperatures tomorrow, on Tuesday, going to be in the upper 60s and low 70s. Not too warm, not too cool. Really nice weather for our Mardi Gras this year. That being said, things are going to be getting a little bit warmer by Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday. definitely going to be feeling more like spring at that point. We're going to be watching a ridge of high pressure building in a little bit more from the south. That's going to keep us nice and warm as we head into the middle to end of the week. If you enjoy the warmer weather, I think you'll like this forecast. High temperatures along the coast. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, likely going to be at least in the mid to upper 70s. We're going to stay in the upper 70s on Saturday before another cold front likely is going to be moving in by the end of the weekend. That cold front probably going to knock our temperatures down quite a bit. I've got our high temperatures on Sunday back into the 60s, but just a heads up, we may see some cool mornings right around this time next week or by the next Monday. So just a heads up on that. But at least over the next 5 to 6 days, the afternoons are going to be warm, very warm, I should say, by Thursday and Friday. Now, if you live farther inland, away from the cooler water and the sound, there's a good chance you're going to be in the low to possibly mid 80s. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday. So temperature is expected to be well above normal at that point. But again, another cold front likely going to be moving in, it looks like, at some point by the end of Saturday and into Sunday. And if that holds true, things are looking a good bit cooler once we get into Sunday and Monday of next week. So all in all, a pretty quiet week up ahead. And I think a lot of us are going to enjoy that for this Mardi Gras holiday. 71 for our high tomorrow. Some spots may only reach the upper 60s. The clouds will gradually clear out of the way. Fat Tuesday itself, 10 out of 10 for me. The afternoon looks great with highs close to 70. And then we will be warming up into the mid to upper 70s along the coast by the end of the week. Low 80s expected farther inland. There is going to be a small chance of seeing some stray showers or a few showers Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. At this time, doesn't look like a huge washout by any means, but that's going to be your next best chance of getting a little wet weather. Nothing really what we had very early this morning. We don't have anything heavy like that in the forecast. So all in all, the next few days are going to be really nice. Mother Nature cooperating pretty well with our Mardi Gras parades over the next couple of days. And this can be said for New Orleans, Mobile, not really expecting any rain. It's going to stay warm across the Gulf Coast. So we are in pretty good shape as we wrap up this carnival or Mardi Gras season. So time now is 9:22. We will be having our newscast coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. We'll have another look and recap of some of the parades that were going on this weekend. I'll have another update on your forecast. So we hope you join us tonight at 10 o'clock.